Now you putting this on the gram? Everybody know.
Toughest nigga in Dipset is Freaky Zeke by far. It's not even close.
You're reaching now. Coming at me. Bitch ass nigga. You need to be reaching for some kerosene. You need to be reaching for some coals. You need to be reaching for 2 rocks and strike them shits together. I ain't even mad at you, brother. I am mad at the choices you make, though. Because those are all choices of what bitch-ass niggas make, nigga. You can't afford to pay your rent and your heat bill. It's warm over here. It's warm over here. You know what, Jomo? Yeah, you're acting like a Jomo-sexual. Acting like a Jomo-sexual. Calm down, nigga. Bitch.
Yes. Welcome back to the Bad Guys Podcast. I am your host, King Walker. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Welcome back to a fresh new episode. If you've seen the intro, we on that BS, of course. If you see the title, we are on that BS, of course. I ain't gonna try to cuss too much. I'm gonna let the videos cuss a little bit more for us today. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, Facebook. Check them notifications out. Might come back on live later tonight as usual. This is a little early for us, but we gonna rock it. I was gonna come on last night. I was like, you know what? Let me wait till the morning. I found some more things. I'm glad I waited. But to the topics of the show, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Like I said, Instagram, TikTok, Bad Guys Pod. You can type that in anywhere on any platform. It should pop up. Spotify if you're listening to it audio. Riding in your car. But what's this episode? Keenan and Zion. We gonna get to both these niggas. Like just like the intro, we gonna get to Jim Jones and Cameron too. I seen that right before I went to sleep last night. I was like, oh, look at these 2 niggas at it again. I think we've had an episode about it. Maybe like last year. Maybe around about episode 30-ish, 40-ish, something like that. Check it out when you subscribe to the YouTube. All right, let's get to the topic. Now, Chris Red has come out and made a video about how he slept with Keenan's wife. And it's going kind of viral. He was actually doing more than telling the story. He was I think he was trying to promote something, which is wild. He was doing a little snitching. He was doing a little snitching, saying he was selling pills. He was selling pills to he was doing the most. Chris Red, tears up. Then he was crying. Oh yeah, he was crying too. Yeah, we're gonna play the video. Tears up sharing SNL romance and Peel struggles. The former SNL cast member who was on the show from 2017 to 2022 insisted his relationship with Christina, that is Keenan Thompson's ex-wife, started after her separation from Thompson around 2020 and 2021. Now, in that he discussed it with the co-star beforehand. Now, I'm calling cap. I'm calling cap on that. I'm calling bullshit. That nigga's full of shit. Nigga got up here crying. He's snitching. He's snitching. I think that's worse now. Then you come back a year later and start snitching on people. They continue working together for a year with no issues, though Red called it an emotional challenge where love prevailed. Yeah, he was doing the most. He was doing the most. Like I said, if you ask me, some whole ass shit. Some whole ass shit. But like I said, he got up here, started crying, promoting his stand up. He was doing the most. I was like, oh, this nigga just don't stop doing. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the comedy. He's not that funny. I no once I seen this video, I was like, okay, y'all now know who it is. Let me play. He was like I said, he's on here crying, snitching. He's doing the most. I got some Twitter comments too, Rob. They tearing him up on the internet. We're gonna get to that too. Chris Red.
What's going on, y'all? I'm not really one for resolutions or nothing like that, but I do have one that I'm going to be leading with a lot more vulnerability and openness in my work, in my life, whether it's here on the internet, all my platforms and shit, or if it's on that stage, And in order to do that, I got to really do that. So I wanted to address something that's kind of this, I guess, been around for a long time, 4 or 5 years now. And, but I've never addressed it. I know a lot of people talk about me dating Keenan Thompson's ex-wife, and how that came to be, And I'm gonna just tell it to you straight, man. It wasn't no plan.
I like how he said his name. I ain't gonna lie. He put a name on it. You know how they try to do. I know what y'all been hearing about me and so and so. No, he put a name on it. He put the first and the last name on it. He said Keenan Thompson.
I saw everything that everybody said. Every single thing that everybody said, I saw it. And bottom line is, I'm not the type of person to scheme on a person. I'm not the type of person to even date somebody that like one of my homies has dated. This is a very unique, nuanced.
Nigga, but that's what you did. See, and you're lying, and you're a liar, and you're a liar.
Thing that happened, we were all cool. There was not. I was never like hitting on. It was never nothing crazy until it got crazy. Bottom line is, I while I was at the show, I had some pill issues. I had some pill problems. Nothing too crazy, but crazy for my black ass. And I was even selling some to the people. So some of my castmates. I'm not gonna.
Yo, this nigga is out of control. I don't know why niggas get on the internet and start talking crazy on this camera. This nigga just admitted to selling drugs to the SNL Saturday Night Live cast. I gotta run that back. This nigga's out of control.
Too crazy, but crazy for my black ass, And I was even selling some to the people, so some of my castmates. I'm not gonna snitch on y'all motherfuckers, man. But it was really funny to me that like I would be around on this shit, and people would talk shit about it and talk shit about me, and I would hear them because some of that Adderall shit got you fucking superhearing and shit, but wouldn't like help me. I would have panic attacks, wouldn't like be concerned about me and nothing, just would talk shit, and it was crazy how somebody would watch you destroy yourself. This lady was the only one to call me on my shit, help me with my shit. She helped me with my therapy journey, and she told me things about her life that made me look at a lot of people involved in it differently, and in that time, we fell in love, man. And I felt bad from the start. It's always felt like an emotional double-edged sword for me because I really love everything me and Keenan did, bro. I really appreciated every piece of work that we put together. I think that we were a great team, and I hate doing something to somebody that I know would hurt them. No matter who they are, no matter what they do.
This nigga's like a walking contradiction. Like, just keep saying what he did and what he doesn't want to do, but he did it.
That's just not how I'm built. Like, I'm not built like that. I'm a player for this shit at all, But I did choose love, and that's what this story is. And it made me look terrible. It made me look terrible to people that I love, and a lot of my fans. So I didn't know how to do this without doing this. I'm in therapy, nigga. So like, ever since I figured out that I'm more sad.
See, niggas like this be doing too much. Like, now, ask your therapist, is this a good idea getting on this camera and doing it? I don't know, maybe.
And angry, all my anger issues have turned into tears, nigga. Like, it's crazy, bro. But to to all the fans I disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, just know this was not something. I don't feel like a pimp. I don't feel cool about this at all. Besides the fact that I found someone that makes me feel like I didn't even know what love was for real. And I just felt like I couldn't miss out on it. And love is not sensical. And me and him talked about it. And I'm not going to say, and we were cool and we continued to work for a year after we talked about it, and I remember it specifically being said, you know what, let's just keep this shit under wraps. And as soon as everybody found out, shit changed. But look, this is the type of thing that, and you can have a conversation with a nigga about that shit, but she can switch it on a dime. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is so serious. And now that I'm in that kind of love, I understand, I understand it completely. I felt like there's probably outside of not doing this at all, there's different ways I could have went about this shit, and but I was in love and I was, and I was spiraling out, bro. And
did he marry her? Did he ended up being with her? I hope so. He's doing all this. And
that's what happened. And then by the time everybody found out and the world found out, I was out of there, SNL, And so when I got punched in the face, which we will have jokes about that for sure at the show. Most people who know me from back home would know that, I would be retaliating in a heartbeat, but not this time, bro. This time it felt like fair enough. Anyway, this wasn't meant for laughs. It's just meant for me to just put some narrative on something that a lot of folks is already talking about, but won't bring it up to me at all. I'm sorry for the people I disappointed with this. Just know it wasn't to be a dick. It felt like a love I couldn't miss out on, and I had to shoot for it. And I've never put anything above my comedy and my work. But I felt like I couldn't move on to the next stage of this creatively without addressing this. So if you don't like seeing grown men cry about hard choices they made, this is going to suck for you as a video.
Yeah, I don't. I ain't gonna lie. All the crying is killing me. Man, nigga, you did what you did. You made it seem like you killed somebody. You smashed it on your homie's girl. Yeah, that's some whole ass shit. You get on the camera and cry about it. Start snitching on the SNL cast. Start snitching. And I was selling pills or something. Man, we didn't ask you that. Nigga, we didn't ask you that. We didn't ask you for that. Niggas out of control. Yeah, I was selling pills to a couple of them. Diabolical. Talking about why you dated your homie coworker ex as a promo for your tour is absolutely diabolical work. Flipping, breaking the bro code into you being the victim. Yeah, he was there. There it go right there. He was playing super victim. I like how y'all get that him on the internet. Chris Red, you better marry your girl and live happily ever after and shut the fuck up. That's the main part. Shut the fuck up. You wrong for this, my guy. It's a code that you just don't break. You did so good. Luck with that. I mean, this is kind of like what it's kind of like what Diddy did to 50, right? That's why nigga make documentaries about it. And I like how the internet is tearing this nigga up. I like how the internet, because yeah, like I said, it's out of control. Chris Red. Then he went on here and made a 10-minute video crying. Let's stay on the comedy side. Let me bring this speaking of Chris Tucker up. Let's bring this Chris Tucker up. So I was watching Shannon Sharp back doing this thing. Like I said, I said this before, I say it again. Shannon Sharp will be back on ESPN at some point. But him and Mike Epps kind of well, not kind of, they did. They squashed their little beef that they had, if you remember that. And Mike Epps went on the show, and he started talking about Chris Tucker, and I'm like, oh shit, Chris Tucker talking. I think he was talking a little slick, but as Mike does, as if you watch Mike Epps, and then he's been on this podcast runs lately too. So what's that? I think he's on these podcast runs. It'd be hit or miss, but Mike's been hitting. Pause.
Job. I can see him saying that.
But I don't think anybody. I don't.
But I think Chris Tucker is mad at me because I did the next Friday. To this day, I said that's.
But how's he mad at you? He didn't. Okay, the reports are that he didn't want to do cursing and he didn't want to be smoking weed.
Well, I heard through the grapevine. He said they should have left it alone. That they it up by keep doing it.
It's too much money to be made.
Well, you know,
you can say that same thing about The Godfather. They should have left it alone, but they had 2 and 3.
That was it. He did such a great job. I can see him saying that.
But I don't think anybody.
But nigga, my mama needed to wash it dry.
But I think
what was I supposed to do,
Mike? I think the thing is, I love the way what Cube, the pivot he did.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with these comedians hating? These comedians be talking they shit, but they comedians. But yeah. Chris Tucker being mad. They did the next Friday. He wild, and he's still being mad. It's crazy.
Nobody could have played Smokey.
Nobody could play Smokey.
He had to do a whole different character, a whole different way of doing it.
Nobody could have played it. And see, that's what I thought I was about to come and play Smokey.
Mm-hmm.
But I fooled him. And I'll never forget the first day I did that when I was on the set and they said action. And when they said cut, I'm not bullshitting. John Witherspoon was sitting there looking at me like this. And the set was silent. It was quiet. Because they was waiting on me to bring it. They like, nigga, you better bring this shit. And I was nervous. I went up there and told Cube. I said, man, they ain't laughing. You know what Cube said? It ain't time for them to laugh. I said, okay. He said, I'll let you know when it's time to go there.
Yeah.
Go there. And by the time it was time for me to go there, and I came down the stairs and said, why y'all let the fat jump on me? It was over with. They was laughing. I said, I'm gone now. You know. And that, you know, so that was pretty much the layout, Shannon, you know.
Do you think Chris Tucker have regrets about not returning to Friday, seeing how successful that it was? Because in the beginning they said, well, he wanted this much money. And well, then you heard other people say, well, it was about his religion and he didn't want to smoke weed. He didn't want to do all that cursing. He didn't want to do all that drinking. But then I guess, you know, when what was that movie that he got with Jackie Chan? I mean, they came along and it's like, well,
he was the perfect example of he might have been the first started off saying the kid.
You know, some people say, maybe just me. Some people say next Friday's better than the first Friday. And you know, sometimes I, you know, watch it. I'm like, you know, sometimes I feel that, you know,
you didn't pay.
Right.
Because I remember he had a joke that said, man, that paid me in t-shirts and CDs. That was his joke that the nigga used to do on there.
Right.
And then, but what he did with that role was crazy. He went and did Rush Hours.
Rush Hour, Money Talk.
So he went and got paid off of the role. Do I think he regret being in it? To some degree.
Why would he regret it? It put him on the map.
I mean, look what he did afterwards.
Yes. I don't think he get. Do you think he gets Rush Hour if he's not in Friday?
No.
I agree.
I think Rush Hour got him. I think next Friday. I think Friday got him everything he was gonna get. Would he have been a star outside of Friday? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was good.
Yes.
He was good at what he did. But definitely the Friday role put him where he was.
It was crazy. I mean?
And I'm glad that they didn't do it. Don't do another. I was waiting on him to say he wasn't gonna do Rush Hour. I was gonna hey man, they got a light-skinned nigga that'll do all these roles this dark nigga won't do.
Did you feel pressure? Because even though that was a different character,
yeah,
you were a comedian,
Yeah.
replacing a comedian
Yeah.
in the franchise of Friday. Did you feel pressure?
No. I didn't feel no pressure because of where I came from, how hard I worked. You got to think about it, Shannon. I lived in New York for 10 years, man, doing $50 rooms, $25 rooms.
They should go ahead and bring Smokey back in the next one, man. Or leave that nigga out. He ain't got to be in it. There's gonna be a lot of niggas ain't in it. He ain't got to be. He ain't got to be in it. A lot of niggas died. He need to keep on doing this right here. It's all you need to do. Rush Hour 4 is looking to begin filming in the first half of 2026. China, Africa, and Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we ain't got to be in Friday. You good. You good, nigga. Make another Rush Hour with old ass Jackie Chan. I ain't mad at it. Should have made about 8 of them by now. Before we get to Zion, this nigga is out of control. Trae Young was traded. Trae Young was traded for absolutely nothing. Trae Young was traded to the Wizards. I don't know what this does. I see a lot of people on the internet saying, "Oh, Eastern Conference championship." The Wizards with Trae Young. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But like I said, I'm not the expert. I just watch a lot.
Can I say ice chain? Yeah! Ice chain! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Ted. Good shit. That's what I'm talking about. We got Trae Young, a superstar, and we got rid of. Sorry, brother. Don't mean to offend you. We got rid of nothing. And we got something. That's the cornerstone of making moves. To be honest, you could have wrote his name down who got traded out of Washington. We don't need a pick. We don't care. Right? We don't care who's going to Atlanta. Atlanta sports ain't been right since Michael Vick left. The city is known for rappers, chicken wings, and strippers. That's it. They're not known for sports, so we don't care what they doing. Okay? DC, stand up. Trae Young coming in. I hope he already there. I hope he's already there. Playing no games.
That nigga got traded mid-game. Then he left out. I swear, I seen the video. He got traded mid in the game. He's been on the
here at State Farm Arena moments ago. Nothing official at all. But the rumors are circulating that a potential trade between Atlanta and...
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. And, you know, it's crazy when you get to this point in your career and things like that happen. It's still emotional.
Yeah.
You know, for all the parties.
That nigga down there suited and booted, shades on. Walked through the tunnel halftime. Go. I like this thing. I ain't never seen a nigga flee Atlanta that fast. He got up out of there quick. Man, he's out there handshaking DC Young Fly. Man, got old Trae Young up out of there. And I don't, like I said, I don't see it. I don't see why or how but hey, but whatever, man. Do you go to Washington? What's it called? Chocolate City? Do you, man? I'm not a big Trae Young guy. You don't play no. It's not that he don't play no defense. He can. He's like 5'7". It's not that he's not trying. Niggas too small. All right, man. To another topic, to another trending topic. I don't know where. I just see it everywhere. Zion Williamson. If you are familiar with his off the court, his on the court ain't really shit. He don't play. His off the court is more entertaining. So I don't know if you remember he got caught up with the BBL lady last year, and now he's caught up with another one. She taking videos, putting up the Zelle on the screen. He sent her 2,000 which is chump change. She should have kept that video and kept getting money out the nigga. I don't know what.
What are you doing now?
That nigga turning the PlayStation on. Nigga turning the PlayStation on. She recorded you. She got the Zelle up. You Zelling her 2,000. She had $600. She ain't had nothing but $600. You'll catch that there.
What are you doing now?
Work this fucking light.
What light? Is that heat though, or just light?
Oh no, real heat comes out there.
Oh, look at the boat. Okay. Look at the boat.
That water was dirty.
What are you doing now?
Got old Zion. Got old Zion. Got old Zion out here looking bad. Again, man. If you give a big country nigga from the backwoods from South Carolina $200 million, what you expect him not to be tricking off on mid prostitutes? You the crazy one. Okay. Shit. Couldn't be me. I don't give a fuck how many backwoods I've been. And it's Lou Young. It's this dude to be making them videos. He says, man, she lame as fuck. She is. She is, but she need guidance. That's all she needs. She just need a little guidance. She'll be okay. Man, she has the worst taste of women in any NBA player. I don't know about that. He only tricking off $2,000 and stuff like that. These niggas tricking off millions. Millions. Oh no. There was no reason this needed to leave her camera roll. That's what I'm saying. Tell her, man, you could be getting 2,000 every day. You get 2,000 every day. You'd have fucked that up. I don't know. I think it was me. You'd have fucked that up. This shit right here. This is why hoes need pimps. I would have told her not to expose Buddy because she could have got 200K. Hey, that's a whole fact. She could have got 200K if she played her cards right. Women don't be thinking straight. That's why they need leadership. I said she need guidance. She just needs some guidance. She'll be okay. You live and you learn. She just needs some guidance. Nigga, this nigga Zion is crazy. This one right here. This nigga Zion is crazy. What else we have on the slate? What else we had going on, man? Let me see what else we got going on here, man. Has a couple more things going on. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the podcast, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. The Reels is on there. All that good stuff. I played this Dame Dash hating. Oh, yeah. Hey, did you see? Did you see? Did you guys see Mike Jones got his phone number back on? Anybody see that? Am I tripping? It said Mike Jones got his phone number. The I forgot how the 330-281-330. Nigga, Mike Jones got the phone back on. You gotta be an old nigga, remember. Mike Jones and the phone. This nigga Mike Jones got the damn phone back on. Wilding out. Two 281-330-800. He got a phone. They said got the phone back on. I don't know for what, but it's back on. Let me slide through my book. I'll let y'all look through it. I play this Dame Dash hating. Let's
True crime directly
Dame
onto
Dash hating.
Netflix. Shows like the Bill Simmons podcast, The Ringer. So Netflix.
This nigga Dame Dash company got sold for $100. He out here hating on Charlamagne, which I'm not a Charlamagne fan. But let's listen. And then he keep going. This is the guy that speaks, calls people chatty patties, but he goes on women talk show.
And Spotify are teaming up to bring some of the biggest video podcasts from pop culture and sports to true crime directly onto Netflix. Shows like the Bill Simmons podcast, The Ringer Fantasy Football Show, and The Breakfast Club will all now be streaming on Netflix.
Can I say something?
So looking back to when podcasts first started, did any of you see this coming? No, that it would be this big.
Okay, can I say this?
No. Go ahead.
So I was doing what's considered a podcast now. It was Culture Vultures, Hip Hop Motivation with Kenyatta.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just giving away the information, and I knew it was going to turn into an industry. I've had podcasts or studios for podcasting 4 years. And I actually offered iHeartRadio the same deal that Netflix offered 2 years ago, and I can show it to you. I know the CEO. That's why I also knew that they might be going bankrupt. But of course, the future of the industry is podcasting, because what's happened now is Black people like AM radio. We never knew we like listening to people talk so much. And the visual podcast is an audio experience. It's not a video experience. So that's why if someone does like a show and they call it a podcast, if it's not on a set, I'd be like, yo, I mean, if it's on a set, it's a TV show. Yeah. But yes, the voice of our culture needs to be heard, and we do have the attention span to listen. And of course, the world is going to change, but I saw it change. And I'm going to show you what I sent them. And of course, for me, what I don't understand is how do they get paid, if it's through the subscription, or they're going to be commercials, is it going to be programmatic? So when you watch a podcast, because usually a podcaster gets paid based on engagement, and that's where the CPMs come in. Yeah. So I'm curious if they're using programmatic, which is the technology that my network has, the new network. So I'm curious to know exactly what that means. But what you do notice, because you saw Charlamagne all of a sudden got that deal. Can you name someone that I have problems with that's not like corporately backed? It seems like as soon as someone's beefing with me, all of a sudden, they get a 200. So think about it, 50. Soon as Fredo, Cameron got with the corporate, he starts beefing. Before it was Jay, I think all of them. And I just think it's a humiliation.
Nigga, you bring this on yourself, and now he did. See, what's up? I should have changed the title. I should have changed the title to the show. Niggas playing victim. Why? You're on a woman's podcast. You're the only man sitting at this table. And you call people chatty patties, and you sitting here talking about like 6 other men. And you saying they once they get some money, they start beefing with you, or after, I don't know. This nigga's out of control. But he's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. This nigga's out of control though. You can be entertaining and out of control.
Humiliation ritual.
We better stop.
Stop. It's a humiliation ritual that if you're going to get empowered by them, you got to go at me. And can you imagine if I ever was corporately told what to do, the trophy that would be for them? Y'all would never want to see them dangle me like a trophy. But the thing about what I didn't like, and what's misleading about the Charlamagne situation is called Black. What's it called? Black Effect. Black Effect, but it's owned by white people half. So what usually happens? You use someone Black to go get all the talent from all the Black people, allegedly. It's powered by somebody white. They get all the data. And that's the reason why he's the face for them to go get all of our culture. And that's what I see, and I knew it. And that's why I know that him in general is always trying to say something bad about me. The more bad shit you say to me, about me, if you've noticed, from Jay on down, even though he don't talk, but everybody around him, for some reason, they're always backed and patted on the back by corporate. And tell me one person that's not. So 50's getting patted on the back for being a...
So you telling me all these people are aiming to get you, a person that really doesn't do nothing. You say you got these podcasts, but I pay attention to what's going on. You're sitting on a women's podcast. No knock to them, but are probably owned by a lot of white people, and you don't really put too much content out to battle anything. So, but anyway,
Good boy. Charlemagne, Jay, what now Cameron or Fredo, all as soon as Noriega, you know, all of a sudden y'all against me. As soon as you get with them, is that an algorithm coincidence? But it may be arrogant, but I do feel they're like, yo, can you get rid of Dame?
I don't think it's arrogant.
Can you get rid of Dame?
Fuck out of here, nigga. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody checking for you, nigga. You out of control. It's not that deep. Dame Dash, it's not that deep, bro. I'm not checking for you for that deep. Anyway. Matter of fact, I got to bring this up with something about his company getting sold for $100, which is funny, but you know, you want to keep talking. Tell us the business, man. Tell us the business. Like I said, he does a lot of talking, not enough showing. Which, so like I said, I've said this before. I think he figured out the internet game, and sometimes he does stuff like
so. It wasn't. I told you the last time you were here. It's been
so Dane, you recently made headlines about
I told you
Poppington LLC selling at an auction for $100.50.
It was only worth 50
all
cents.
to help cover $1 million. Okay, so
it wasn't. I told you the last time you were here. I said what he does is these companies that if I have a copyright or a trademark, any muddy waters. So I heard something. I heard it said honor up. Definitely, I wrote honor up. I never filed a trademark in my life. I would love to sue for that. I dare them to try to think that or try to interrupt my business for that. And then there were 2 pilots that I did. We went to China and we went to Jamaica. They were pilots. So I trademarked it and copywrote it. But again, it will never be used because I would never give the clearance for the music or any of the things that come with it. They're not worth anything. I never made $1 from them. So if I wanted it, you don't think I could have got $1 from somebody or $2 from somebody? But I told y'all they're not. These are old companies. Poppington hasn't existed, and it was never a movie company.
That's what I.
So it doesn't carry anything. It doesn't hold any of your.
Why else would it only have gone for it?
Now that he explains that, I do agree with him a little bit.
$1.
I can be fair. I can be fair.
Who put it up for auction?
So again, this is another. You asked me about this the last time you were here.
We didn't get a chance to dive deep.
But I'm thinking, and I thought I answered it the last time. I said in the bankruptcy there were certain things they wanted to carve out. So Poppington, I guess, was an old company, and it went to auction because it was just it wasn't part of the bankruptcy. So it was.
But who makes the decision to do the
judge?
Okay.
But my point is, if it has no value, who cares? So what I'm saying is this was a company that was 20 years ago, right? Like literally 2015 that had no assets in it, not an LLC, it wasn't a movie company. No movie went through that. So why would I
It was just a company.
It was a company that was
Yeah, I mean, once he puts it like that, I think, like in that particular situation, that was trolling. People were trolling you and they didn't understand that. I agree to that. That company wasn't popping like that to be selling for anything. And I know he knew that. And it is what it is. I'll give him that. What's up with Jim Jones and Cameron? They still going at it. Like I said, I think we did an episode on it last year, a couple months back, man. But these guys is at it again. Apparently ain't no heat in ain't no heat in there. Ain't no heater. Ain't no heat up in there, man. Let me pull this up. You see, remember the video I played? I played a video again while I'm pulling it. Freaky Zeke went out here and started talking crazy. Well, Jim Jones was talking crazy. He called him soft.
Now you putting this on the gram? Everybody know.
Toughest nigga in Dipset is Freaky Zeke by far. It's not even close.
You're reaching now. Coming at me. Bitch ass nigga. You need to be reaching for some kerosene. You need to be reaching for some coals. You need to be reaching for 2 rocks and strike them shits together. I ain't even mad at you, brother. I am mad at the choices you make, though. Because those are all choices of what bitch-ass niggas make, nigga. You can't afford to pay your rent and your heat bill. It's warm over here. It's warm over here. You know what, Jomo? Yeah, you're acting like a Jomo-sexual. Acting like a Jomo section. Calm down, nigga. Bitch.
Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, man. Pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover this episode. Make sure you have I just read that message like that. Make sure you're subscribing to the podcast, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Like I said, what's going on with Jim Jones and going on with Jim Jones and Cameron? They still going at it. It's funny. These two niggas, and I guess we'll never have a Dipset reunion. No time soon, anyway. Look at it. Do your show, punk. What's wrong, Capo? Yo, heat off too. I ain't hate for you, 50-year-old with no heat, man. What's your Zell, bro? I'll block you. Know you soft. I don't know what Jim Jones typing game need to step his game up. And Jim Jones was talking about pull up. He said, "Nigga, I said, I'm not pulling up. You 50 years old. Nigga talking about pulling up." Jim Jones be on some wild shit, man. Just let it go. It's starting off. They starting off the year good and bad at the same time. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. These niggas is off the chain. Trey Young's been traded. Fucking Zion got caught up with another girly. And Chris Red is crying on camera. We got a lot going on, and it's not gonna stop. Depending on how the rest of the day goes. Be back on later tonight as normal times, late night as always, where we get to the all the crazy talk. This is mild what we do. That's why we're gonna go back to the late nights tonight if we got something going on. We should. So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing, turn them notifications on, catch these lives, these pre-records, these episodes, these skits, these reels. With that being said, bad guys out.